Hello there. In today's video, what I want to do is take some of the messages and concepts that I've been talking about and banging on about in the last few videos and try and put those into some sort of context and bring them into focus and really get practical with those messages. Really get down to the nitty gritty, or the nuts and bolts of trading, if you like. So what I want to demonstrate in this video today, first off, is that coming up with a trading strategy is easy. I've said before, and I don't want to bang on about it again, but you need a strategy and discipline to trade it. And I'm going to show you that coming up with a strategy ain't difficult. People make it more difficult than it is. People go off on grail hunts, as I've talked about before, and there's really no need for it. Any old strategy will do, and hopefully going to be able to prove that to you today. I also want to show you that taking the time to learn a strategy is worthwhile. Lots of people seem to give up too soon. It takes effort, as I talked about in the last video, but I want to prove to you that that effort is worth it. And so linking into that, I want to show you that you can make a good living with relatively little effort. Yes, it takes a bit of effort, but relative to some of the other professions, what we talked about in the last video, it's very little effort indeed. So what I'm going to show you in this video to demonstrate all of that is a very simple strategy that I just dreamt up about an hour ago. I just made up a few trading rules, and then I went and applied those rules to some stocks what I happened to be watching back on Monday. So I went and got that list of stocks out, had a look to see if my strategy worked on those stocks, and well, we'll have a look at the result of that in a minute. I'm going to show you some sample trades, so those charts what I picked out from Monday, and then we're going to look at, based on that, how much that strategy could make if we were to continue trading it. So here's a quick reminder of some of those professions what we looked at in the last video, and you can see there the surgeon, the airline pilot, the professional musician, the plumber and the day trader, the relative amounts of time it takes to get to a professional level, 12 years training minimum to become a surgeon, and you can then earn on average $143,000 a year. The airline pilot took 4 years and 50 grand's worth of training as well, and he can hope to earn just over 100 grand a year. Musician, 10 years and 100 grand, and the plumber there, 2-year apprenticeship and an average salary of $43,000. So the question we're going to try and answer in this video is how long it would take a trader to get to a level where they could earn a reasonable income, and what that income would be. So to get started, let's make a trading strategy. And a strategy, we need to know a number of things. We need to know what it is we're going to be trading, and for this example I'm going to use US stocks because that's what I know. And then we need some entry rules, i.e. some rules that will tell us at what point we should enter a trade, and of course exit rules telling us when to get out of a trade. Let's go and look at the entry and exit rules that I came up with to demonstrate the concept of a trading strategy. So we need rules for going long and rules for going short, and the rules I came up with, quite simple. We're going to start off by saying that the price must move higher than the opening price for the stock in question, that the price must show a clear uptrend, and to decide whether or not we've got a clear uptrend I'm going to use a 10 period EMA, exponential moving average. That's the only indicator I'm going to have on the chart, so I want my price to remain above the EMA, and that will demonstrate a clear uptrend. If we get 2 bars against the trend, 2 consecutive bars against a trend, that will be a signal for a possible trade entry. So at that point I will note the high of the last 3 bars, so that's the 2 bars against the trend and the bar before that as well. This will become clearer when we look at some charts, so don't worry if it ain't making too much sense at the moment. If we then subsequently break that high, then we will go long. And the final rule is we won't take any entry before 10 o'clock because the first half hour of the market is pretty manic, and it's usually quite a bit safer to stay out of the market for the first half hour. And we're not going to take any entry after 11 o'clock because by then we're starting to get close to the lunchtime period. So we're going to try and capture the busy but safe part of the market between 10 and 11, and that's Eastern time, New York time. So that's our entry rules for going long in this example. And if we want to go short, then the rules will be the same, but obviously in reverse. So we'll be looking for a price to move lower than its open price. We'll be looking for a clear downtrend. Again, we'll be using the EMA, and in this case the price will need to stay below the EMA to show a downtrend. We'll look for 2 bars against the trend showing a possible entry, and we'll note the low of those last 3 bars. We'll enter on any break of that low, and again we won't take any entry before 10 o'clock and we won't take any entry after 11 o'clock. Those are the entry rules. Exit rules then, very simple. We'll exit on a break of that moving average or on any very strong reason to get out. This is my caveat exit rule, terrorist attack or any major event in the market that just means that it's common sense to exit. So our primary exit rule, what we'll be using most of the time, is just any break of that EMA will get us out of the trade. But of course we have a common sense rule that says if anything goes a bit mental in the market, then we'll not take the risk, we'll get out. So with those rules, let's go and have a look at some charts. Now, as I say, these are just charts for stocks what I had on my list from Monday. I wasn't trading this strategy on Monday, obviously, because I hadn't even thought of it then. This is just a sample strategy for this video. But I needed to look at some charts, so I took Monday's charts and had a look through those.